to cycle back now to a topic that is close to where we began this evening's forum, and that is the topic of education. Chris Coleman, if you'd be the first to address this question. A couple of our audience members have highlighted in their questions ideal relationships between the City of St. Paul and the Superintendent of Schools. What, in your opinion, is the ideal relationship between the Mayor's office and the new Superintendent of St. Paul Public Schools? And what are 3 issues you would like to tackle in the coming years in regards to the schools?
Well, thank you. First of all, as I indicated earlier, one of my top priorities has been education and asking the question of what role the city has to play in that process. It's not about blaming teachers for the challenges that our children face. It's about bringing them to the table and saying, how can we work together? After I was elected and even before I was sworn in, we brought together a summit over on the east side of St. Paul that talked about what we could do, and we mapped out the second shift, we mapped out the early childhood education opportunities, and those things are critically important. I had a very good working relationship with Dr. Karstarfin. We met on a regular basis. But the challenge is when you have a superintendent who's only here for a short period of time, you don't get a chance to do some of the things that you would like to do. So I hope that as the school board moves forward to pick a new superintendent, I would hope that we would be able to build on the working relationship that we've already developed, the same kind of working relationship that we have with other governmental entities to look for efficiencies. One of the things we asked is that, is there a way that we can kind of jointly mow, put together a service to mow lawns so we don't have, 6 or 7 different groups of people mowing lawns, that there would be one group. We're looking at how we share our buildings. If you look at the Jimmy Lee Rec Center, one of the key components was a combination of Central High School being able to use the facilities in Jimmy Lee. So we're trying to figure out more partnerships. We are trying to figure out how to do things smarter. It is critically important that the mayor of the city of St. Paul have a good working relationship with the superintendent of the St. Paul School District.
Thank you. Eva Ing, same question.
The most important thing a mayor can do is provide guidelines to the school board and to the superintendent. And you can provide guidelines by getting input from the people. Again, this is where the listening program is so very important. So this is one of those topics on the forum. I will hear from the constituents and they will tell me what they would like to see out of the school board. And from those sentiments, we can distill out guidelines for the school board and for the superintendent. And then another thing we ought to look at is on the cash side. There are a lot of properties owned by the school board that are cash drains. That means there are properties that are non-performing and they're also requiring maintenance. We have to give them guidelines physically to deal with those properties. And so this is another area we can help the schools become more efficient, not just in teaching, but also in cash performance and in fiscal performance to the citizens.
Thank you.